Yo, real quick before this video begins, we will be getting into the Xenoverse 2 stuff. Now, unfortunately, there are no new scans for Xenoverse 2, but there is some new info that we're going to be talking about, like I said, in this video. Real quick, we got to talk about two major things, okay? I already released Sparking Zero info, so go check that video out. I go full breakdown of all the new stuff that they showed. So shout out to DBS Hype because he also posted Fighters and Kakarot scans. So these are some new scans for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, there's nothing really all that groundbreaking. We know End of Z is the DLC. We do have a new shot, okay, of Bulma, Pan, Bola, Vegeta, Trunks, and everything. There's Goku. They do their clash, which we already saw in the trailer. Now, there's some new stuff here, which are additional sub-stories, okay? This is what I'm really excited about, because this is stuff that we didn't actually get to see. Okay, so this one is a sub-story. Support for the grandchildren's full stomach, assuming you're going to get food for Pan, I guess? I don't know. A shop that provides multiple preparations for preparing reports for school exams. Goku thinks about bringing something for dinner. Oh, okay. So I guess Pan may be doing school stuff. I don't know, bro. Goku is looking for something to give to Gohan, all right? This one right here, new content, visiting the places of bad birth. Comics are being held all over something, a rematch with a previously fought enemy in extra mode. A rematch with past enemies. Okay. So I guess it's a new mode where you fight previous opponents, maybe with an updated version of the character. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Y'all let me know what you think that is down in the comments. You're rematching previous enemies, okay? Which, I mean, you could already do that in a sense with the time machine. But I don't know. Maybe this is something different. Maybe this is like a boss rush mode type of thing. Could be. So that's going to be cool. So that's really all I'm seeing for Kakarot. Here's some more shots of it that are in better quality because Google Translate screws it up. But we have Goku surprise. I love Goku in the End of Z gi, okay? And then you have Vegeta and like Trunks wearing their End of Z stuff. They did a good job so far on how everything looks. You know, they made completely new hair model and glasses for Gohan and stuff. New models for Chi-Chi and Videl. You know, good stuff there, right? Now for Fighters, okay? I'm not going to do translations because DBS Hype already pretty much talked about it. Just to summarize everything that you're seeing in Fighters. They're saying that rollback netcode is still coming soon, okay? And it will be getting a 4K next-gen version on PS5 and Xbox Series XS. So I assume Xenoverse 2 is going to get something similar to this, where it's just, all it is next-gen version, meaning 4K upscale of graphics. So it's just going to be higher quality graphics and everything. But the models and everything are still the same, you know? So let's get into Xenoverse 2 now. Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at it again with some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 news and updates here on the channel. We have fantastic news, my friends. For those of you that lost access to the Goku Black DLC pre-order bonus that also came with the Tao Pai stick or whatever that little vehicle was, it's finally back in the game, alright? It should be. Now, I have not tested it yet, okay, because I unfortunately do not own an Xbox, but the official Dragon Ball Games Twitter page followed up today from a post that they posted on February 2nd saying, for Xbox One players using Xbox Series XS version, we have confirmed that the Goku Black and Tao Pai stick vehicle from the pre-order bonus DLC cannot be used in the game. Now, they stated that they were going to follow up with this and, you know, fix this issue by doing it mid-February, and lo and behold, it is mid-February, so they did it, you know, in time with what they promised. So they said, we have successfully distributed the patch that addresses the issue. We apologize sincerely for any inconvenience this may have caused. Thank you for your support. So, again, I'm not exactly sure if it's been fully distributed and they fixed everything and the patch is up, because, like I said, I have not tested it out yet. But this only occurred on the Xbox version of the game, okay? PC, PlayStation, as well as Switch, to my knowledge, did not have this issue. Now, if you are missing it on any of those versions, okay, definitely contact the Bandai Support. I'll link it down below, the link for the ticket. You just create an account, submit a ticket with your issue. You have to specify exactly what it is. It's good to always put a screenshot as well. It helps. And then they can, you know, get back to you hopefully within the next day or two. But I don't know. They've been having a lot of issues with Xenoverse 2, things happening with distribution of DLC or rewards for raids and stuff. So, you know, when that happens, a lot of people, you know, contact them. So just know that they are aware of it. They hopefully have fixed it. Check your game right now. Let me know down in the comments if you've already checked your game. Again, only on Xbox, okay? So, real quick, I do want to mention that Xenoverse 2 is on sale right now, 50% off. Normally, the game's $20, but now it's at $10, and I believe some of the DLC is on sale as well, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see if it's on here. Okay, well, whatever. You can check. I think there are a couple of DLC packs, maybe Legendary Pack set, as well as the Super Pack set, which is DLC 1 through 4. Legendary Pack set, I think, is DLC... I think that one was 12 to 13. I think it's only those two, which that's a really good one, okay? And speaking of DLC numbers and everything, okay, I also want to recap on the previous video that I talked about. Now, I titled the video DLC 18, okay? But I want to say big shout outs to Burkhall, because we're having a little bit of a debate, okay, on Twitter here, and even in the replies and stuff, we were messaging each other because we were kind of trying to figure out, like, what do we call this next DLC? Like, it's been a while. Like, we've been calling the Ultra Instinct DLC 17, okay, which that is not wrong at all, okay? Calling it DLC 17 is pretty much, it's accurate, right? If you go on the official Bandai Namco site, it literally titles it 17th free update now available for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, okay? Now, DLC is downloadable content, okay? If you don't want to consider a free update downloadable content, then I mean that's fine. That's whatever you want to do, but it's not wrong. Okay, it's not wrong to say that's not DLC, because it is. You have to download it. Okay, it's not something that just you just turn on your game and it's like, whoa, all right, we just got it, and no internet connection was required. Okay, you have to have internet. You got to download it. You can't just be on the fly or underground in some cabin or something like that with no internet access, and then you just have it in the base game. No, you have to update your game manually, wait for it to go through, and it downloads all of the update content. Okay, it's still DLC. Okay, but let's kind of figure out, is this next update that they're going to be dropping, is it DLC 18 or are we still calling it DLC 17? Okay, now I still think I'm gonna say it's DLC 18. However, okay, and the reason why I'm saying it's DLC 18 is because it will be the 18th free update, right? But however, okay, here's the thing that gets confusing for some people, right? It will still be whenever the actual character pack with story and all that, that stuff, or whatever they're going to call it. Let's say, for example, it's going to be, I don't know, it's Shallot. Okay, I wish. Let's say Shallot is coming in this next DLC pack, okay, that you pay money for and you download it, right? That pack is DLC pack 17, okay, because the free update didn't have any characters in it. Now, check this out, okay, because this is something that Crystal, big shouts to Crystal, the GOAT, pointed out. But by the way, I mean, you can see it right here. People still would rather just call it DLC 17, and I absolutely understand, okay? Just because we made a vote on it or whatever, it doesn't change anything, honestly. Like, you call it whatever the fuck you want. You can call it DLC 77. I literally do not care, okay? But it is, if you want an accurate, official kind of like representation of what it would be, okay, Crystal does point this out. It would be DLC 17 since the 3-letter IDs used for each character starting with DLC 9, Vegeta and Ribrianne, began labeling them with the DLC they were in, okay? Now, what does that mean if that's confusing for you, okay? The first 2 letters, okay, because if you ever went into Xenoverse's files, all right, and you were, usually if you use mods, you'll kind of figure this out, okay? And it's not a modded thing. It's literally in the files. If you're trying to access certain characters or change character files of the base game plus DLC, they labeled them and they named them in a specific manner that is actually pretty interesting, okay? And I think I've talked about this before, but here's an example. Beast Gohan equals SIG, okay? The first 2 letters from 16, okay, from the word 16, and G from Gohan, okay, the first letter of the character's name. Okay, so they would use SE, okay, and for example, if it's Shallot, it would be SES. That would be the actual file, the code, okay, the 3-letter code name for that character. Does that make sense? I hope it does, okay? Like, for example, I guess for Vegeta, I'm not exactly sure what the code is for SSB because there were 2 different Vegetas on that one. They probably labeled it with the form maybe that they had. But here, we'll do Ribrian because that would make more sense, okay? So 9, okay? N-I-R, okay? That would be the code for Ribrian, right? That's just an example, okay? And that's only, they only started doing that with DLC 9. And what did the 11th update add? Okay, it was considered a free update. Okay, that's where a lot of stuff got fucked up. Okay, with the labeling of these DLCs was because of the 11th free update. Okay, so for everybody that said, "Oh, DLC 11 is not considered a DLC," they literally labeled Supreme Kai Time with 11. Okay, so they did EL and I think it's S or K or whatever they use for it. Okay, it was EL, okay, 11, because she was an actual DLC character that you would unlock in the game that they added specifically for that update. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but hopefully that made sense. I probably did a way worse job of explaining it, but I mean, you could just read what Crystal is saying right here, okay? So when this, whatever DLC, whenever it's coming, okay, this next update comes with the DLC pack. Again, for example, if it's Shallot or I'm trying to think of other characters that Broly, okay? What if they use base form Broly? So they would probably label it SEB, okay? Broly, first letter of his name, B, okay, and then SE for 17, right? I think that's as simple as you can make it in terms of an example, right? So that's how they're going to be labeling it, most likely, unless they want to change things up and make it confusing. Or they could, which I think would be really weird if they did this, but they could even make it 18, okay? So that would be, for example, if they did 18, it would be EI and then B for Broly, okay? I doubt that's going to happen because there have been a lot of free updates in between, and the reason why we labeled this one DLC 17 for a long time, which, I mean, in a sense, you can still call it that. It's not wrong. Is because the update was really big, okay? It added a new Awoken skill. It added, you know, a bunch of, like, new, like, not feature, but, like, you know, new modes, right? They had the festival going on. They also had cross verses and all that. There was a lot that they added. It was a pretty big update. But there was no character, okay? And because there was no character, they couldn't, like, label it, you know, SE for 17, right? I'm sorry, this video got a little bit longer or whatever, but going forward, I'm just going to call it DLC Pack 17 because I want to go with what the files say, okay? I like how they're going with the files. That makes sense. It keeps it less confusing. If you want to call it DLC 18, there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely fine. But going forward, we're going to call it DLC Pack 17, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Hopefully your Goku Black shit is good to go. If it's not, contact Bandai Support. Like I said, ticket link down below. And I will see you guys very soon. By the way, I'm at 100% now. Okay, I'm feeling great. Okay, maybe 98%. Okay, there's a little 2% that's a little bit lingering from what happened a couple days ago. But I'm pretty much good to go. You can hear it in my voice. Like yesterday, in the video that I made, my voice was still kind of like all fucked up and everything. All right, thank you guys for your support. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet!